town. You know what I'm talking about, brother.
But Brother Muhammad, did you see when a home invasion took place up in Roland Park? Did you see the commissioner on there?
Yeah. Wait, he apologized for that, but no apology to the people. He just walked over there. How you folks doing? How you guys doing? You know what I mean?
Right. And another thing, he been here long enough, and I'm tired of people talking about he hasn't been here long enough. He know what's going on. He been here long enough.
Yeah, he been here long enough to know what movie theaters and hotels and everything else to get to, man. So he clearly been here long enough for that, brother. But again, you're going to have to change the captain on the ship from the mayor to, again, the police commissioner. And when you get rid of the police commissioner, you got to get rid of all that upper echelon like Barksdale and the rest of them that are still there undermining him. You understand? Undermining Bats. And so he never arrested Barksdale for that murder of Anthony Anderson. So Barksdale influence is still felt there with a lot of those other district commanders throughout the district. And, of course, the FOP and Bob Cherry. Because Bob Cherry, in terms of undermining any good commissioner that the city may want to get here, you got to get rid of Bob Cherry and send him back to Boston, because he'll undermine what good commissioners would like to do for the city, and that's have a real strong community relations department. But they destroyed community relations a long time ago, and now they trying to recreate it with Melvin Russell. And, as I said before, Melvin Russell got bad credit when it comes to the death of Veronica Williams and what he allowed to happen in East Baltimore, working under Chevrolet and Dan Leoli and the rest of the boys, man. So thank you for checking in, brother, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll take more of your calls. Love you more. Now, if you want to get in on a conversation, talking about the violence in the city. But again, maybe because of my line, maybe you don't care until it happens to you, until it happens to your neighbor, until it happens to one of your children. Clearly, you see Hopkins making the move in East Baltimore. As I was talking about the story about Elmer Henderson Elementary School, which was a crime against the families over there. All of it didn't happen in a vacuum. This was John Hopkins, EBDI, Annie Casey Foundation, Forest City Enterprise, black contractors, black politicians making promises to black people. Martin O'Malley, Sheila Dixon, Stephanie Rollins saying that they were going to have a $1.8 billion biotech park, and they ain't even they got a bio-rec park over there. And now to make up for, again, their failures and their crimes, and nobody has gone to jail. The $1.8 billion just disappeared in a vacuum. Your congressman has gone along with it and said nothing. And Elijah Cummings, and then they tell the parents of the children that live in the community, well, sorry, you didn't find out about it. And now they say we're going to build, after they got Elmer Henderson for $1, after they shut Elmer Henderson down right there on Biddle Street, without your minister over there, Wheeler, opening his mouth up about it, without Harley Wilson and the rest of them saying anything about what they did to the parents and the students and the teachers and the principals and the staff, Elmer Henderson just uprooted their lives for $1 damn dollar. $1. That comes straight out the movie Trading Places, man. Trading Places or Trading Negroes. And you know what I really want to say. For $1, they interrupted all those lives over there. And now to tell the parents they can't get in because you got to go through a lottery system, or it's a charter school, or is it a contract school to keep that confusion going on over there. But if I was the parents, I'd take them to court, man. I would take it to court and challenge them. But Hopkins is moving on all of that property over there in East Baltimore. And they're moving up beyond where the Northeast Market is. You think it was an accident they let that hole sit up there in the middle of Monument Street for almost 4 months with Joan Carter Conaway going in her office every day and unable to do anything about it? With Warren Branch, Talmadge Branch, hanging out at the barbershop up there and not saying nothing about let's get this hole fixed up there with all the health problems that was existing and causing in East Baltimore? And they let that happen for almost 4 to 5 months, man. Businesses shut down. And you don't think Hopkins is eyeing those businesses and coming further down Monument Street, man? For you brothers that's up down there and sisters up and down there, you don't think so? And then they'll move their police and law enforcement further up Monument Street, not to protect the community, but protect Hopkins employees. All life has value. That becomes an indictment on Johns Hopkins, all that death and destruction in East Baltimore. It becomes an indictment on what some of you running around saying is the most powerful institution in the state, if not in the country, the largest welfare queen to get all these federal dollars. They can't protect black lives in East Baltimore. The Hispanics had a Latin fest. Not one person was killed, man. Yeah, we taking responsibility. Those that's out there doing it. I'm not taking no responsibility for nothing that I'm not doing. You ain't going to flip that script on me. But your police get protectors to protect and serve. Question is where they're deploying the majority of their officers, man. Where are they deploying them? In East Baltimore, in West Baltimore, in Southwest Baltimore. These are some of the same areas that they have known historically have been hotspots in the city. And they can't take an ounce of criticism. They can't take an ounce of criticism. They want you to be doing their bidding for them. You know, especially some of you that's getting that federal money. Getting that federal money. They got all these cameras around town. When a crime happened, they can't tell you the cameras didn't work. The cameras was off. Now, I know when Bill Fell was down there, him and Cheryl Goldstein was running together. I do know that. Bernstein's wife. We'll say Letch. Don't tell me they took all the federal contracts and all the chips to the cameras as well, man. Don't tell me they took the computer chips to the cameras. So when a shooting occurs in most of our communities, they tell you they didn't see anything. They didn't see anything, man. That's the response they tell us. Come back to the line, take a few more of your calls. 410-761-1592. Good afternoon, caller. You on the State of the City?
Yeah, how you doing, Darren?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man.
Yes, thoughts and comments. Yes, sir.
It's really a shame, brother, how we are being manipulated in this city of Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
You put up a lot of things that are interesting today, but we had 20 shootings, 8 people got killed.
Right.
We paying a hell of a lot of money for supposedly security cameras in this city.
Yes, sir.
But any time a shooting happens in our neighborhood,
right,
we can't see a picture.
Yes, sir.
Something happens downtown.
Right.
You got the picture of people running, the people that's shooting and everything, brother.
That's right, brother. That's right.
And they're going to try to tell us. The Baltimore City Police Department, the mayor's office, they all into this mess, man.
Yes, sir.
At one time, I thought that this thing was a lot to deal with drugs.
Yes, sir.
But now, brother, I believe it has to deal a lot with now people who are in this city that are frustrated, brother, and don't know any other way but to express their frustrations now.
Yes, sir.
But go out and do these kind of things, brother.
Right. Yeah. Well,
it's going to get worse.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well,
nobody is addressing the problems, the unemployment in this city, youth unemployment in this city, and this is going to be a really hot summer, brother.
That's right. Yes, sir. It's just 4 days into summer.
It's too late to go to Morgan State and let's talk about what we're going to do this summer.
Yeah.
It's too late.
It's too late. You do that in January, February, March. But if you didn't deal with the spike in January, and most of the young people that's being killed have never had a criminal record. But the Sun paper, the racist media, first thing they want to do is talk about, well, was she arrested? Was he arrested? What the hell that got to do with the price of tea in China, man? You know what I mean? We're talking about a human being that lost their lives. They don't do that to a dog, man. Dog can get shot. They don't say, well, did the dog ever bite anybody? You know what I mean?
Thank you, brother.
Come on. But this is the problem we got, man.
This man,
Yes, sir.
It was pathetic.
Right.
The words that he said, he knows damn well.
Right.
If this guy Carnage went on in his neighborhood last weekend, he wouldn't know how to say words like that, brother.
Yeah, you talking about Guglielmi. And, of course, Bats was nowhere to be found, man. So the question I got to ask, was he out of town? Was he in Vegas with the mayor, man?
Down there in San Francisco, brother.
Was he out there in Oakland? We know he got more. We had to check with BWI, man, see if he got some frequent flyer miles out there, brother. But clearly he was nowhere to be found, man. Let me take some more of these calls.
To be honest with you, I think the man should have gotten the first flight out of Las Vegas. They can do without her. And she should have been back in Baltimore.
Yeah, all she was background music for the most part for Bloomberg and them anyway, brother.
All right. It's getting ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
Yes, sir. It is, brother, clearly, but it's going to take the citizens to get dissatisfied and then move on being with their dissatisfaction. Otherwise, it's only going to continue, brother. All right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Appreciate you checking in.
Brother.
All right. With that, we'll take a few more of your calls. 410-761-1592 before we begin to wrap up. Get in where you fit in. Fit in when you get in on this conversation, man. Talking right now about, I know I brought up about Michael Jackson. We'll get into that later in the week. Brought up about the Supreme Court. I'm going to get into that tomorrow. Edward Blum, how a man can get 2 cases before the Supreme Court in 1 month, 1 year, back-to-back cases. And nobody's put this man under the microscope and say, who is Edward Blum? Who is Edward Blum? And then go down to Florida in that court case regarding George Zimmerman and look at this judge, Deborah Steiner Nelson and say, who is this woman? Who is this woman? But let me come to the lines, 410-761-1592. Then we just holding court on your city administration and your police department this afternoon. Not the good officers, but they got they got a problem with retention. And, of course, they gotten rid of good officers down there because of the racism, placism, spacism, and everything else, the old boy network and the old girl network that's been going on down there. Good afternoon, caller. You on the State of the City.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, brother. Come on.
Hey, with all these shootings going on in this unsolved murders, I'm led to believe that it's the police is doing this, man. Because, there's no reward been put out or nothing about these people getting shot.
Yeah.
But a cat gets shot out the county.
Yes, you heard about that, right?
They put a $5,000 reward out.
$5,000 find out who killed the cat, right?
Man, I couldn't believe that.
Isn't that something? But let you see where they place value in terms of the lives, man. Right now, cat gets shot.
That messed me up, man.
Well,
no reward has been put out for the people that were killed in the city.
Not one, brother. Not one, man. And that standard Metro Crime Stoppers, they can take that and stick it up there, standard Metro Crime Stopper for $2,000. All right?
Yeah, man. But I'm thinking the Baltimore Police Department is doing these murders, man, because there's too many unsolved murders going on.
Well, you got some elements that's in that police department that's known to be riding up in some dark tinted vehicles, man, like Barksdale and the rest of them that nobody wants to talk about. All right.
No, but I will.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you checking in there. All right, walaikum salam. With that, we'll take more of your calls, 410-761-1592. If they selling drugs out the parking lot of the Northwest District Police Station, the sky's the limit regarding what some of these officers or rogue elements disguising themselves as Baltimore City police officers are known to do in the city of Baltimore. With that, let me come back to the line before we get up out of here. Good afternoon, caller. You on the State of the City.
Yeah, bro, John, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. Got to be brief just due to the time.
Okay, look, they put up $5,000 for a cat that got shot with an arrow.
Yeah, brother, just mentioned that. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I want to tell you about. All right.
All right, appreciate you checking in, all right?
All right, yes, sir.
Peace. And this will be the last call for the day. We got to begin to get up out of here. Good afternoon, caller. You on the State of the City.
Hey, bro, man, really be brief. All praise to the Most High God.
All praise.
This what gets me, man. This is ludicrous because when they had a killing down in Federal Hill,
yes,
they had a meet the next day. 100 people showed up, and they told them, man, look, we want somebody to patrol this area.
That's right, brother. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Now, in the inner city,
the
man don't care.
That's right.
So what we need to do is change the mindset of the inner city people to remember this, and when vote time comes, and when they come around promising us stuff, say, look, when we was looking for you to show up, you was a no-show.
Okay. All right, gotta let you go just due to the time. Thank you, brother. Thanks for checking in now. All right. And with that, we're going to wrap up, get up out of here. We'll come back tomorrow, perhaps do a part 2. But we do need your support, man, to continue to come longer and stronger. So make your checks, money, orders payable to WFBR. WFBR, send it to 159 8th Avenue, Glen Burnie, Maryland, 21061. Or do a righteous drive-by, stop over at Terra Cafe, put it in an envelope. They'll make sure that I receive it. And I thank you from the depths of my heart. But we do need your support to come longer and stronger here on the State of the City. Stay tuned for a little Africa Voice of the People that's coming up behind me. I believe Telling It Like a T.I. is with Mama Annie Chambers and the rest of the family. But support all of the shows that are bringing you this kind of information and inspiration on the State of the City and on these airways of Soul Classics 1590 WFBR. So until tomorrow at 12 noon, God bless, all the best, and the rest to you and yours. Again, remember, the king of pop, Michael Jackson, and we'll get back into that over the next few days and go deeper in the conversation regarding the conspiracy to kill our brother. Until tomorrow at 12 noon, be safe. Forecast for the day, of course, hazy, hot, humid, and hazardous. So until tomorrow at 12 noon, peace, drink plenty of water, look out for our elders, look out for our children, and last but not least, look out for your animals. Peace.